A Bug's Life was, not one of the most popular movies that Disney ever did, but I enjoyed it, and I remember playing the game when I was much younger. And so when Tom asked what games we could do for the Disneython, I was like, hey, I remember doing this thing. And now I regret speaking up, to be honest.
But
Because this game isn't that fun.
oh, it's that bad, huh?
It's it's all right. It just has really bad camera issues, and the platforming is kind of meh. Pixar, Disney, they're the same company to me. Whatever.
Coincidentally, I was just watching the Santa Claus before I joined the call, so I guess it would fit in with the whole Disneython theme going this month.
Now, I can guarantee that there's going to be some deaths in this run. Hopefully, I won't game over. Because the way the live system in this game works is when you game over, you either start over the entire game, or you reload your save where you only have one life.
Oh, that what?
Yeah, so what I've actually done is I've set up a save file at the beginning of the game that has some extra lives available.
I cannot blame you one bit.
Yeah, so hopefully we should not get the game overs.
From what I recall, I think the only Disney game that I thoroughly enjoyed was Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games.
Hmm.
Have you heard of that game?
No, I haven't actually.
It came out for the SNES and the PC, but unfortunately the SNES is really inferior. There's a whole game missing that the PC version had, and of course the graphics are a lot better on the PC as well, but I used to play that a lot when I was a kid, and I was trying to get it to play on DOSBox, the emulator, because you can't really play it anymore on Windows 8 and Windows 7 and stuff, so... But it's a really fun game.
Hmm.
There's a pinball-like game, there's a...
I'm sorry.
what?
For whatever reason, the game is actually reading the Chrono Cross save file I have on my PS3. I wonder what would happen if I attempted to load that.
Welcome to Bugs Cross here on HellfireComms.
I was not prepared for that in the slightest.
Or a Chrono Life here.
Alright, so you know what? Just to show off the game mechanics and stuff, I'll show the training level.
Okay.
This will go over, the basic game mechanics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Our basic attack is, throwing a berry, as ants do.
Spoiler.
Obviously, there's jumping, platformer, gotta have jumping. There's also a ground pound for whatever reason.
Seems legit.
We can spawn, different things on seeds, mushrooms that'll let us bounce. We can get leaves, which will create larger platforms, or higher platforms, I should say, which allow us to get to higher levels. And when we get the more of the same tokens, you can get higher levels of certain plants. Like we picked up 2 green tokens, now we can get a higher leaf, so we can climb even higher than before.
Oh.
Which lets us bounce on the mushroom, land on the leaf, jump up here. Every level, much like many other platformers at the time, you have collectibles in every level. So each level in this game has 50 pieces of grain. You can collect the 4 letters that spell Flick's name. Flick is the main character. If you do that, you get an extra life. If you collect all 50 pieces of grain, spell out Flick's name, and defeat every enemy in the level with a gold berry, which is basically an instant kill, and actually prevents the enemy from respawning as long as you stay there. If you do that to all enemies in the level, get all 50 pieces of grain, and spell out Flick's name, you have basically 100% completed the level. You have to do that for every level in the game in order to get the secret ending, which is, you know, just one of the ending scenes of the movie.
So, to a degree, it's alphabet to win.
A little bit, yeah. That's the only level where I'm probably gonna collect all letters of Flick's name, though. Because they're usually spread out really far and take some intense platforming to get to.
Oh, so you got in this one because it's the easiest, essentially.
It's the training level, so yes.
Yeah.
And now we start the actual game.
Okay, those faces were just creepy.
A little bit. A little bit.
They're staring into my soul, and I don't approve of this.
It reminds me of Tom and Helldragon's Cage 3D playthrough, when they would go to the save screen and Sora and Riku would be staring at them with disappointed faces.
Son, I am disappointed.
So, now that we're into the actual game, you know, fighting enemies and stuff, that little flying ant is Dot, who, if you remember from the movie, is actually one of the daughters of the Ant Queen and one of Flick's friends, and she'll basically, in this level, show you how to get back to the ant hill, which is the requirement for this one. There's a lot of extra stuff you can do, but that requires work.
So apparently, according to Fighter, the stream has been copyrighted. So apparently, even though this isn't YouTube, you've already been hit by content ID strikes.
Well, poopy. So a second ago I picked up an item that makes Flick invincible for a little while. Occasionally you'll find some plants that are already spawned in the level rather than ones that we specifically create. And they can't be moved, and but they can be removed to create a different type of plant. Like if I wanted to, I could spawn a mushroom instead of the plant that spawns the invincibility. But not all levels have the invincibility plants either.
Giant Greeps confirmed for Smash 4.
Oh no, I took damage. Perfect run ruined. I better restart.
2 out of 10 will not watch again.
Only a 2. I better step up my game.
Come on, step it up.
The day started off so nicely.
I like how just magically all the vines are showing up.
Yeah, the draw distance in this game is absolutely horrid, as is, you know, a few other things. But yeah, the draw distance is really bad.
I've never seen draw distance this bad in a video game before.
It's like, especially if you compare this to Treasure Planet, which Digi was playing a moment ago, it's a really, really drastic change in graphics. Because those textures looked smooth. They didn't look good, but they looked smooth at least. And then you have this game where everything kind of looks like crap.
At least on the positive side, you have your magical leaf of health and happiness to guide you along the way. All hail the magic leaf!
All hail the magic conch! Oh wait.
Oh, if only.
At the start of every level, we get a little clip from the movie kind of explaining the things that are going on. So Flick's an inventor, if you don't remember, or have never seen the movie. And he's a bit of an outcast because of that. And now he's kind of just destroyed the ants' livelihood and is destroying all their food here by accident.
So you could say that he's an inventor. Invent, because, you know, invents, invent.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Thanks.
And then the entire chat just booed me. This is gonna be a long night with me, isn't it?
Oh, it's Donnie. It's gotta be this way. It has to be this way.
Well, let me put it this way: would you rather have me or the game?
You mean, would I rather have you or the game make puns? Because I'd rather have you make puns. The game doesn't make good puns. In fact, the
Does it
game...
even make any puns at all?
I think there might be a couple just because of, you know, stuff from the movie.
Oh wow, that delay. They're just now seeing the part where I made the pun.
Yep, that's that stream lag. Nothing we can do about it.
Hmm.
So that's where I need to go.
I do like how you jump on super mushrooms whenever you defeat enemies and stuff.
Now, of course, in this level, as you might be able to see, there's different areas that are blocked off to the side. We actually have to collect a certain amount of grain to unlock those. And most of those contain the flick letters to spell out his name. Usually they're not that hidden in these levels, which is kind of a nice thing, I suppose.
At least that's one, like one mercy point I can give this game. Because so far it does not look like it's that good.
It's not that interesting, no. I mean, it was satisfying for me to go back and play it since I played it as a child, but that's about the only thing I would say. I don't recommend getting this off PSN like I did. It was not money well spent.
Oh, so this is a PS1 game you're playing on the PS3.
Yes. Now, if you don't pick up the super berry, you won't be able to take out the grasshoppers, because your regular berries don't hurt them at all. You need the super berries to actually do that. If I wanted to, I could go back and open those other doors that required 20 grains, but it's a lot of work for stuff I don't really feel like doing, to be honest. There are some bottomless pits that you can fall in here. You know, instant death kind of thing.
Let me guess, it's really difficult to tell what's a bottomless pit and...
Yeah, it's difficult to tell bottomless pit versus, you know, where there's just a drop in the level, I suppose.
That figures.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier to tell, sometimes it's not. I've done this level a couple times, being the first level. I had to try it out a few times when I first started trying to emulate this. And so I know where the bottomless pits are at.
You know, if mushrooms grew in the same way in the real world as it does in this game, we'd be screwed.
Well, to be fair, they're only the size of an ant, so that's not even the size of a regular mushroom.
What they lack in size, they make up for in numbers. It was a heavenly day until the Mushroom Nation attacked.
And so now we've actually reached our first boss fight.
Oh, that didn't take long.
Nope. We have to fight Thumper, the grasshopper. Rather appropriate considering in the Pokemon X playthrough, Tom tried to name a Pokemon Thumper, but was unable to because of restrictions that Game Freak put on the game. So now we're getting our revenge against Thumper.
That name. I guess I should clarify for the chat, I've never actually seen the movie, or I even knew about the game until before this, before I knew about the stream and what everyone was doing. I never even heard of the game A Bug's Life. Needless to say, the Disneython has been opening me up to a lot of games and a lot of movies I've never even heard of or have heard of but never seen. So it's learning experience. It's a learning experience just as much as it is a comedic one.
It's nice to see movies that you haven't seen before, or maybe some that you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I'll give this game this. The platforming might be crap, but it's easy to cheese the bosses. You can just spam berries at them.
No berry law in the universe is gonna stop me.
Oh yeah!
The only boss that you really can't cheese, and even then you can kind of cheese it a bit, is the final boss.
It would figure out the final boss you could literally beat cheese on. You could literally cheese.
That Thumper fight I actually wasn't able to do when I was younger. I was terrified of certain games. I couldn't do Crash 2. I freaked out, or maybe it was Crash 3. In one of the dinosaur levels, when the Triceratops busts through the door or whatever, the first time that happened when I was playing, I freaked out, turned my PS3 off, and left the room. Or PS1, I should say. So yeah, I was a scaredy cat.
Oh, I was easily scared of certain things when I was a kid too. I can't remember what the game was, but there was something about that game that freaked me out, and I never really played it. I can't remember what it was, but it freaked me the hell out. Like, I was such a wimp. I was scared of my own silhouette.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Fun fact.
The Secret Life of Donnie.
Yes. The Secret Life of Donnie. Which is much more interesting than the stream life of Donnie.
Alright, and so this level is just Flick floating on this little dandelion here, trying to get across the riverbed.
Berry! Yeah! To the riverbed and beyond!
Note that I'm not actually scared of my silhouette anymore, Chad. But I was back then.
Hi!
The really bad thing about this level is, of course, the draw distance.
Gotta get past the thorn plant.
The
Think happy thoughts.
fans that blow you up in the air and actually keep you up don't appear until you're like right near them.
They said, boy, ain't
Kinda
no
difficult.
Goldberry! I can do some damage with this.
Wait, the draw distance is so wonderful. It's kind of like there's a earthquake happening right before you, and it's like the ground is having the apocalypse right now, where it's just tearing apart and everything's just sprouting out from underneath it.
Now, if I were actually to have fallen while I was floating across, I would have been grabbed by a bird and killed. But since I actually made it across, I don't have to worry about the bird right now. And I managed to pick up the Goldberry as well, which, as you can see, is a one-hit kill. And that's that level complete.
Oh, yeah!
There are 15 levels in this game, but the first few go by very quickly. And after that, they start getting a bit longer.
Oh, yeah!
In fact, this next level is going to take a little bit just because of how long it is.
It seems like the levels are not too long, but not too short either.
Well, you're about to get into a little bit too long territory.
Oh, great! So it's one of those games where things get worse the more you play.
Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
We'd like you to keep playing, so the price you paid for getting this game would be fulfilled. But no, we're just gonna make it even more miserable for you. Have some dandelions.
Yeah! Big red rocks.
In most of the levels, I can't remember specifically having them in the later levels, but in most of them you have this telescope that will show you kind of where you need to go to get to the end or something special that's in the level. Like some of them show off the Goldberry,
Volunteering.
but most of the time they'll just show you how to get out of the level.
Bye-bye, bud.
Ah, I see.
Let's go lead it.
And it's a bit of a reference to the movie because Flick kind of
There yet?
invented, I guess is the word, the telescope out of a blade of grass and a droplet of water, which is used to magnify. So it's kind of a nice little point back to the movie that's there.
Okay, who would win at an inventor battle? Flick or Flint Lockwood from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
I have not actually seen that.
Okay, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs you should see it. It's actually very nice. I haven't seen the sequel though, because I heard there was a sequel that came out this year, but I've seen the original. It's not that bad of a movie at all.
I might check it out at some point. But we're not here to talk about DreamWorks movies. I think that's DreamWorks.
I think it was Sony Pictures, so...
Well, color me wrong then.
Yeah. So we're playing... welcome to Cloudy with a Chance of Berries. Even though there's no clouds.
Not yet, anyway.
Why are those berries homing in?
Because it's a homing berry.
Just like in real life berries.
Yeah. The levels of the berries go from the regular, which is the red one, the super berry, which is blue, homing berry is green, the super homing berry, which I'm about to get here in a moment, is pink, I guess you would say, pink or purple. And then you have the gold berry. I guess these little things are supposed to be checkpoints. I honestly never really figured it out.
Guess it must be mosquito season.
But, yeah, I actually have no idea what they are.
I keep forgetting that everything is of what the ant see, what Flick sees, and then because I thought for a second, is that a dinosaur egg he was just walking by?
Yeah, it would have been probably a bird egg.
Yeah. I'm not used to seeing when games do that, where you're seeing it from a small size. It's kind of confusing for a bit. Because usually when it comes to games, they don't do that.
I would recommend, if you're going to get any classic PS1 game on PSN, set things up so that you can use analog controls, because trying to play the old PS1 games with the D-pad is awful. Trying to do the platforming on that part right there on the D-pad was about to kill me. And then I figured out that I could do analog controls. And now it's a little bit better. It's not great still.
Magic Leaf, what should we do? Nothing. Nothing? We can't just sit here and do nothing. Quoting from the same episode as the Magic Conch episode for anyone who wasn't aware.
Yeah. I actually think I need another seed here. Which is convenient because there's another seed right there.
Oh.
Red rocks.
Got clipped by an enemy right there.
Nothing like uprooting a mushroom and then it just spontaneously combusting right in front of you.
Bye-bye, Bucky.
And now I've reached a point of the level where these random spikes start falling from the sky. And when I actually played this on an emulator, totally legal emulator, don't worry about that, I don't remember those spikes being there at all. I remember just getting straight through this level in like 2 minutes flat. And now that I'm playing the PSN version, the level's like 3 times as long and the spikes are there, and I really don't get it. I don't get how the versions could be so different. Maybe I, you know...
Spike DLC. Could have been worse, it could have been Spike DRM or something.
Okay, so I've got the third green token, which means I can create a really tall leaf stalk now. which is going to help us get up that ledge that we saw earlier.
Nice. Ooh, that's gonna leave.
This level is all about going around and trying to collect more tokens so that you can just get up higher platforms. It's a really nice progression, and I actually really like this level because of it. You know, aside from the fact that it was so freaking different for no reason.
Yeah, it looks like this level is going a lot longer than the previous ones.
Yeah, it does. Like I said, this is the point where the levels start getting very long.
I hate that.
And you also have to be careful of enemies popping up like that worm did. You may have noticed centipedes popping out of the wall sometimes, as you'll see right there, actually.
Oh, peekaboo.
Bye-bye, Buggy.
Yeah, those enemies are actually not affected by the regular red berries. So if I didn't have any berry upgrades, I wouldn't be able to hurt them.
Am I there yet?
And now I have picked up the Harvester, which you saw in the movie cutscene earlier. And it acts like the Goldberry in that it one-hit kills enemies. It doesn't affect some of them like the worms. It will also draw in grain that's around you, making it easier to collect. The really important thing, though, is that if you kill an enemy with it, it will not respawn, much like the Goldberry would as well. It also makes Flick invincible. The downsides, of course, are that you can't jump, because if you jump, you exit the Harvester.
Crossing the riverbed.
Which means if you come to a bottomless pit, then you have to leave it behind. Alright, I grabbed the green token that I need, so let's go back and grab the Harvester and head back to the final ledge. Yeah, in case you're not paying attention, the Harvester actually has 2 saw blades on the front, meaning that we are literally cutting these bugs into tiny little pieces.
Murderer.
You have no idea, Donnie. You do not know the power of Sparchan.
Spar, please.
And that's the end of the level.
Here it is, just days away from Christmas, and then here you are murdering innocent little bugs who just want to hug you. You're an evil person.
If you notice that I was skipping tokens, it's because I was skipping tokens that aren't needed. This is not 100% run by any means, and I'll be going through with basically the minimum required to get through. The blue tokens are the ones that spawn the invincibility and health plants. There's kind of a bronze token, which increases the mushroom level, I guess you could say. The purple token, I think, spawns super berries. Green token is the plant, or the leaf. And there's a couple other tokens as well.
We really would be screwed if we had this kind of nature in the real world. They would just overtake every square inch of property that we have, and all our yards would just be infested with all these tokens and mushrooms.
Not to mention, grasshoppers are assholes in this game, or in this movie.
I never would think that a grasshopper would be the bullies in this game.
Well, yeah. The way it works is that the ants go out and collect all the food, and then
Super jump.
the grasshoppers come in and take it, because supposedly they're stronger than the ants and
This I can
would be able to eat and or kill the ants if, you know, they decided to fight back.
Oh.
But, spoilers, we'll find out later that's not necessarily true. So we're on to the second boss fight now, where we actually have to kill a bird.
So you could say that would be an angry bird then.
No. Get out.
Boy, I'm making a pig of myself, aren't I? 2 puns to the press is 1, and They're still not making you feel any better about them.
Nope. So I'm going to spawn a health plant in order to restore my health. And then I'm going to uproot it, and I will spawn instead a super jump plant.
A super jump plant?
Yeah, please don't ask for logic on this.
I think logic went out the window when I saw the mushrooms.
Super jump.
Okay, so now that we have super jump, of course, you know, as you would expect from super jump, you can jump higher. Makes sense, right? We actually need the super jump to be able to climb up here, which lets us actually be able to attack the bird. Unfortunately, we don't have a powerful enough berry yet. Fortunately, there's a super berry right there. And now we do what we did with the other boss, where we just spam berries, except because of the draw distance, you can't even see the bird.
I
And it's kind of hilarious.
I don't even. My mind is slowly frying from this whole fight.
The fight's already over, bro. Once
Oh,
you get
good,
the
'cause
super berry, you just spam it.
Oh, good. So my brain and the bird has both died in this.
Yep. I don't suppose we actually kill the bird with the berries. That wouldn't make sense at all. Instead, we just kind of, you know, get it to piss off and leave us alone. And now we get to two of my least favorite levels. You know, except for like the last four. The last four I don't like. You know what? I'm just going to include this, the last six. I think we're already about halfway through.
No.
Oh, there's that. They didn't have that many levels
I
then.
can't help it. It's so beautiful.
Well, we just did level 6. So if there's 15 levels, 9. Maybe I'm miscounting. Yeah, I'm missing a few.
Blend. Blend in.
Oh, I thought the game was longer than that for some reason.
Oh, it's 15 levels. The last couple levels are actually take a while. And these next two will take a bit as well.
Oh boy, Tom's tweet he just made.
I can't look at that.
He just tweeted out, if we manage to reach $800 tonight, and if I check really quickly, because I haven't refreshed it a tiny bit, because I think we're not too far. We're at $377.20 right now. But if we manage to reach $800 tonight for our cause, apparently Tom and Helldragon will do a commentary of Home on the Range in January.
I
Brain here.
kind of want to see that.
Well, you guys heard it here first, folks.
Wait, is that 800 US dollars or 800 pounds?
Berry power.
It looks like I saw a dollar sign. Yeah, it's
Okay.
$800.
Alright.
I have no idea what you're doing right now, though, in this game.
At this point, we're looking for... Well, Flick is looking for more bugs to come back and try to fight the grasshoppers. And in order to do that, he's come to basically the bug version of the big city, looking for warriors.
This is the city.
Tourist information.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually forgot I need to collect a certain amount of grain in order to continue through this level. I may have screwed up a tiny bit. Gonna have to take that bit of damage on the slime there, so I can run back and get some grain.
Oh yeah.
Hitbox on the grain's kind of bad. Kind of have to circle around it a bit. This is another level where it's kind of a progressive level, as you need to continue collecting grain as you keep going. The requirement goes up by 10 every time, which is, it's not too bad.
Wow.
Pretty easy to
Nice.
collect just 10 pieces of grain. You might notice that there's, just random berries flying around. One of the plants that's automatically spawned here in the level is a berry shooter, which does, exactly as you'd imagine. It fires berries automatically, which will be featured heavily in one of the later levels, and is probably one of my least favorite levels because of that.
I can use.
The thing about the invincibility in this game is that, well, there's two things about it. One, it doesn't actually hurt enemies if Flick touches them, as most, invincibility things do. Also, there's no music to it, so it's weird to try to tell when the invincibility is about to run out, because there's really no cue for it.
Oh, good. You get to play poker then. Button playing cards, which is
Well, yeah, because we're in the bug version of a big city. We're actually near a trailer park, I believe. So, there's playing cards, there's fast food boxes, typical stuff you might throw in the trash, I suppose. I don't really know why anyone's throwing away this many playing cards, but, whatever. It's, your business what you throw in the trash, I suppose.
Now to find those warriors.
I missed the jump there. There's occasionally a tiny bit of input lag, it seems like, on the jump. Like, I'll press the button maybe 2 seconds before I run off the edge, and he doesn't jump at all. So, I don't know. And then other times it works perfectly. It just seems like, not perfectly emulated, or maybe, Disney PS1 quality. I don't know.
oh hey, it looks like we got a $5 donation.
Awesome.
I'm not sure who it was that donated, but I do see the amount went up by $5. It's now at $382.20. To whoever donated, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate what you've done.
This is the city.
I imagine you get an extra life if you collect 100 grain, right?
If you collect 50 grain, your health refills. In order to get an extra life, you have to spell out Flick. You have to collect the letters for Flick.
That's the only way you can get extra lives.
Yep.
Little ant, big
Game.
Which is why, before we started this, I spent time gathering some extra lives on the training level.
Game.
It's not so bad. As you noticed, I haven't actually died yet, so I mean, these levels aren't overly difficult, aside from the fact that, I've been practicing these.
They're just a bit tedious but long.
Yeah, the levels get a bit tedious around this point. I will admit that. I'm kind of running around in circles right now because I forgot where I was supposed to go, but I've remembered now. Come on, get over. I was trying to maneuver around that thing while holding the seed, and game wasn't having any of it there.
Game, please.
Once again, input lag on the jump, and I fall into the acid, or slime, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so...
Yeah, I have no idea what that's. Is that relish or something?
Or... Yeah, I guess relish, that makes sense. More than anything else that I could think of. We've now reached the second grain required door, which requires 20, and we have 27, so in we go. A lot of this level is just running around collecting the grain. The next level actually has a bit more to it. I got hit by the spider right there. For whatever reason, the spider has projectile webs. I don't know, radioactive spider that spawned Spider-Man, or created Spider-Man. Who knows? Because of the way the camera is positioned, it's kind of difficult to see what's ahead of you, because Flick kind of blocks it from your view. And there's no way to move the camera. The most you can do is just press a button to center it. You also get this, which raises it up a bit, but then you have to hold the R1 button down the entire time, and that gets old real quick.
So you can't. The camera is completely locked on, and you cannot adjust it at all.
It tries to adjust whenever if you like stop moving for a second, it will attempt to adjust itself behind Flick, which, you know, isn't always the best thing. Really hope I don't die on this level. I'm currently 1 hit away from dying, by the way. You get 5 hits until you're dead, unless of course you pick up health or whatever.
Wow, the city. Oh, nice one.
Oh, pick up the grain. Alright.
Hot bugs.
Oh, no, no. Okay. See, the only camera control you have is that one button that centers it behind you, and even then it doesn't move that fast, so it's a bit weird. Alright, here's the 3rd grain door, and we're almost done. And I got hit. Alright, so that's 1 death, right before the end of the level too. The end of the level is like right here.
Big city. If I had to guess, I'd say he's looking at us. Well, hello down there. May I suggest that you find the rest of our troop, and then we can meet again at the Bug Bar.
The bars where I'll send them back to the dung heap.
Easy as pie.
Yeah, Jordan brings a good point. What did Flick do to get attacked by every single kind of bug in this game?
Excuse me.
They want to eat him, most likely.
Can we? If
Man, these character models.
the crowd, our troop here guarantees a performance like no other. Why, when your
They just look lively, don't they?
Default face before default face was default face.
That's a lot of default faceception going on there.
Oh yeah.
Alright, and so the next level we have to find the rest of their troop. Since Flick is looking for warriors, obviously he thinks troop means, you know, battalion troop. Unfortunately, it turns out they're an acting troop. And after this level is the next boss fight.
Whoa. Oh, huh? Sorry. No,
Watch where you're
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean. Well, huh? Oh, sorry. Oh. Are you? Sorry.
That's a nice joke. There's a grasshopper playing what sounds like a violin with his legs. Or I think it's a grasshopper, might be just a cricket.
Yeah, I think crickets are the ones that do that.
Yeah.
Kid pulled my wings off. Will work for wings. Quick, someone give that man a Red Bull.
Where do I find an army?
Ha! That's a good joke.
The first good joke I've had tonight.
Oh yeah.
It's a joke. It is good.
Good is joke.
Bye bye, Buggy.
Alright, so this one we don't have to collect grain or anything. We actually have to find 4 groups, basically. 2 of them are, as you can see, single people, and the other 2 are 2 people together.
I need super jump.
And as you might be able to hear Flick saying, we actually need super jump to be able to access everything in the level. We get super jump, as you may remember, by collecting the blue tokens. which I believe we now have 2 of.
Bye-bye, Buggy. I need Gee, they're never gonna believe this.
That hardcore platforming, yo.
Yeah. If you get lost in the level, there's signs periodically which will point you in the direction of the different troop members that you need to find. They just kind of give you, like I said, the general direction, but typically if you just follow the signs, they'll take you straight to them.
Hello,
Ah.
Mr. Ant. Did Ant find
At least
the
they give you
rest
some
of
kind of
us?
a guide on where to go and what to do.
Yeah, you're not just, running around blind or anything. There's a bit of a guide for it.
Bye, Buggy.
Again, credit where credit is due.
Yep. Okay,
Find help.
jump up here.
I know, yeah.
One more blue token and we can get the super jump. One of the most annoying aspects of this game is the constantly respawning enemies, which, as I mentioned earlier, can only be permanently defeated with the Goldberry or the Harvester. I think there's a Harvester in just about every level. If there's not a Goldberry, then there's typically a Harvester. I don't think I've ever seen a level that had both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
But most of the time they're a bit difficult to find. The Goldberry specifically is usually pretty difficult to get to, and requires, having a lot of things done, like grabbing all of the other tokens so that you can jump up there with one of the taller platforms, or with the super jump or whatever.
You're never gonna believe this back on Ant Island.
Oh yeah, there's the Harvester up there. I forgot it was in this one. Alright. And here's also the second
Picking up grain here.
group here. Well, he's going around killing the random insects for no reason, because if he doesn't, they'll kill him first. The reason I'm doing it is because it's annoying if you don't.
It's harvest time.
As before, the Harvester is going to make it much easier to traverse through this level, even if it is a bit slower.
Just gotta find help.
Also, man, Flick's eyes are incredibly creepy when he's inside the Harvester.
Wow. This is the city.
Oh, apparently this enemy is unaffected by the Harvester. Some of them are, which is really strange to me.
I need super jump.
It almost seems kind of random which ones are and aren't affected.
To be fair, it seems like a lot of the game is strange anyway, so...
That's a good point, yeah.
Twitch, when did you start this whole buffering thing?
About the same time as the latency lag.
Twitch.
You're never gonna believe this back on Ant Island.
Here's the third troop member.
Oh, hello. So nice.
Almost
to meet you.
there.
Yeah, this one's not so bad. It's the previous one that I really don't like because you have to collect the grain to
Okay, where
continue
am I
through it.
finding Arnie? I need super jump.
Hmm.
I believe I need super jump to reach. You might be able to see the last ones up there. I need to get super jump to reach them, so I actually need to find the last blue token.
Gee, they're never gonna believe this back on Ant Island.
Of course, we'd figure they don't make it easy for you to get up to those boxes.
Yep.
That is the ugliest spider I have ever seen.
Wait a second. I don't need super jump. Screw you, Flick. I didn't actually need super jump the whole time.
So it turns out not only does Tom have to edit all this, but he had to edit it for no reason.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Alright, that was level 8, I believe, maybe level 7.
I think it was level 7.
Boss fight time.
Yeah, that was level 7 because you said like there was a level and then a boss and then a boss, and I remember saying level 7 when you mentioned that. So dare I ask what the boss is, though?
Oh, this is level 9. There's actually only 6 levels left.
Oh,
Yeah.
how convenient.
Get water.
Okay.
Berries don't work.
As typical for the bosses, I need a stronger berry in order to fight. This boss I can't really cheese though because of the way it works. Once you hit it, it moves away.
Why is there just a random dice in the... Are those nail clippers?
I think it was actually like a pocket knife.
Random game is random.
Yep. And if you don't pick up that health right away, it disappears real fast. Like I said, you can't really cheese this boss because he moves after one hit, so you just gotta chase him around.
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty quick on his feet.
I think he's actually invincible to all hits after the first one, which is really silly, to be honest.
Oh wow, you just got another. That was another $5 donation. Thank you.
Nice. You might have been able to see the goldberry up there back on the other end of the can. I don't actually know how to get to that goldberry.
We're on a roll.
Oh, and then there was another. It looked like it was another $2 donation. Wow, that was like how many? That was like 3 donations in the span of just 10 minutes or so.
Nice.
Thank you, everyone.
Here we go.
We're now at $390.20.
If you'd like to donate, you can click the button below, take you to a pitch-in page, where you can input your name and the amount you want to donate. You can leave a comment if you like, and
Yeah.
the donations go to a good cause. We're helping a friend whose house was broken into and had all of their Christmas presents stolen. And we're donating to help them have a good Christmas this year, since,
Indeed.
you know, that's kind of a horrible thing to happen to anyone.
Agree completely.
Oh, apparently in order to get that goldberry, you were supposed to bounce on the little ball that was rolling around.
That we can operate from the inside, which would then be hoisted above our
I never would have figured that out, unfortunately.
No, I wouldn't have figured that out either. But, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. At least that wasn't a requirement.
Yeah.
I like some of the tokens in this game.
And now we're on to level 10, which is kind of a fetch quest, I guess. We have to run around and five pieces of a mechanical bird. And I'd like to say a thank you to one of the chat members here, Chaff X Grenade, I don't know how you say it. But he did a playthrough of this game, and when I was looking up guides trying to figure this out, I kind of randomly found his videos, and they helped me get this game done, so I'm really thankful to him for doing that.
It's always nice to see it when people are, being generous and helping each other and
my best invention yet.
Actually, the way it worked was I just kind of searched for a playthrough of this game, and I clicked on one, and it wasn't until like halfway through the video that I figured out it was actually Chaff's video.
oh,
So it's kind of weird how things work out that way.
Go figure.
Yep. He actually did a 100% run of this game, if anyone would be interested in seeing that.
Especially considering, yeah, especially considering you're not going to see one on this stream.
Yeah.
And now for Manny the
Oh my god, Manny, that's creepy.
From the most
That is absolutely terrifying.
of uncharted Asia,
I'm about to have the shit scared out of me in a moment, am I?
It's absolutely terrifying.
Gypsy, my dear, I require your
What the hell?
These character models, right?
What the hell?
Transformation.
Okay, this is the worst. Okay, I thought this was Christmas time.
The person who did the 100% run was Chaff X Grenade. You can find him on YouTube under that name. I highly recommend watching the playthrough, as he is a popular member here in the chat, I guess you could say. He's a pretty cool guy. The thing happened where it did the input lag on the jump. I think it's kind of that thing, I've seen this in other games, where you walk forward a bit and your character starts to speed up while walking, or maybe when going uphill, and it's like the game can't read the input for having to walk faster and jump at the same time. I've actually had that problem with some Sonic games, to be honest.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go slow.
Gotta token fast. Well, in the sense of this game, it's more so gotta bury fast, but...
Yeah. I'm actually going to do I guess a little bit of a sequence break. When I watched Chaff do that, he actually used 2 seeds to be able to jump up here, but I just jumped on a rock and then jumped on the leaf spawned by the seed. So, I don't know, a little bit of a sequence break. Depends on how you look at it, I suppose.
You got a rock.
I did indeed use a rock.
See, Charlie Brown, now you can get a use out of those rocks. It allows you to hardcore parkour.
I got clipped by the ant. Yeah, okay, this is something I wanted to bring up. You may have noticed that some of the enemies are also ants. Is anyone else weirded out by the fact that there's ants killing ants? And like I understand that there's different kinds of ants in the world. But, you know, this game is obviously meant for kids. Do you really think kids would understand that? They would kind of see, you know, these are ants killing ants and just think, oh man, this is horrible.
I don't think kids really would either. They either not understand and not care, or not understand and maybe ask a question, and their parents probably, you know, try to answer it the best way they can. But
yeah, it's just a bit weird to me, the way that was. Maybe I'm overthinking things. That happens a lot. I just found it weird that there was ant enemies when you were ants.
Fly away home.
the newest segment on HFC,
Hey,
Spar thinks.
over muscled
No, that's Digi's thing. Digi has Digi things.
Unhand me. There you go.
Digi things from Blammo.
Alright, we've got 3 pieces of the mechanical bird now.
How many did you say you had to get again?
We need 5.
Oh yeah, 5.
I actually had to look up a guide to get the very last one. I just could not figure it out. And after watching Chaff do it, I was kind of embarrassed. Because it's actually pretty easy. Because there's number 4.
I do like the St. Patrick's Day level this game they created for this game. I mean, all these 4-leaf clovers he's passing by.
Let's see, I need one more red token, I guess it is? I guess that's what you would call it. Nope, okay. Which, the last red token is right here. And now we can actually spawn a dandelion plant.
So you get tokens, and that makes the dandelion spawn.
You really gonna question this logic, man? You really gonna do
No,
this?
it's just no. It's just this game.
And now that we've actually gotten the last of the red tokens, we actually basically spawn a cannon, which is going to fire us up to the top of this rock.
And now you're spawning oh my god.
If you thought the logic was horrible before.
If anyone had the capability to do that in the real world, they would have done that in a heartbeat. I only wish I could just spawn a cannon for convenience like that.
Oh, apparently the enemies that I'm thinking are, you know, the black ants are actually spiders. I wasn't actually counting the legs, they just kind of look like ants.
Team Ant is blasting off again.
It took me a while to figure out this level because there's a lot of things you can do on the ground. There's a lot of stuff to get. They all basically only lead up to getting the gold berry, though. What you actually have to do is climb the tree and collect the 5 young ants from the colony, because they're the ones that end up piloting the mechanical bird in the movie.
Ah.
So rather than, you know, running around not knowing what to do, I could have just started climbing the tree and figured things out. There is one particular part where the draw distance makes it very, very dickish, because all the ants that you need to find are out on limbs of this tree. They're out on branches. But one of them is far enough out on the branch that you can't see them right away because of the draw distance.
That draw distance is really what kills this game, I think.
Yeah, it does a bit. And also, while you're climbing up the tree, there's acorns rolling down, which will hurt you, and are a bit difficult to dodge. I don't have the skills to dodge them most of the time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like his jump is that high, so it makes it really difficult to get any kind of timing right when it comes to jumping over those.
Yep.
I could use your help.
Here we go!
Dim, give Ant a lift.
It's actually pretty easy to go around to the side, though, as far as the acorns go.
Oh, there's an alternative.
Yeah, you can't actually jump over them, you just have to kind of move to the side a bit.
Oh.
There's a bit of a frame rate lag going on right there.
Dim.
I blame Twitch.
No, I blame game,
Ride time.
because it was the frame rate in the game that was lagging, because it was trying to render, you know, really far out into the distance while showing this.
Well, now we know what happens when the game does try to fix its short.
Thanks, Rosie.
It then suffers from chaos control and just slows down.
Alright, got 2 of the kids so far. Not really having any trouble. Think we're about to get to the one kid that's a little bit too far off the branch. Yep, here it is. You have to actually go down the branch about halfway before you see the kid actually in the game.
Found
That is so stupid.
It's really stupid, yeah.
Yay!
Of course, you might be able to see the letters for Flick are like out there on those really thin branches that are really tough to walk on. So,
How do they expect you to do that?
how do they expect little kids to do this? Because remember, these games are made for kids.
Sheesh. I keep hearing Flick say dimps.
Blueberries.
You heard it here first, folks.
Dim likes
Flick
It-
supports dimps.
It does sound like he's saying dimps a bit, yeah. Alright, 4 kids down. Ha, 4 kids.
4 kids, huh?
It's funny because 4 kids is down.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Buggy. Just need to get to the bird.
Flick X.
Good work, Beard. Keep it
No,
up.
No.
please no. I like my sanity.
Swing it.
What little of it I have.
Ring, ring, ring.
The vicinity I have got lost when I started seeing spawning cannons and mushrooms.
Good point. And that's the last of the kids.
Down here.
Blueberry power.
If there's one thing I've learned over the years, is that you can never say in video games that you've seen everything, because you don't.
No, you've never seen everything, I promise. There's so many crazy games from Japan that people have never seen.
Payback time. Blueberry style.
Alright, that level's done. We're
Like-
actually about to get to probably my least favorite one.
Because I was about to say, it looks like you were in the final few levels now.
hmm
Oh yeah.
And then the game will be done, and then everyone will cheer because no more berries.
Nope, not quite yet. I think the next one's actually a boss fight.
Oh, well.
Yep, this one is a boss fight. It's actually a very well done boss, and I kind of like it. The way it works is you have to collect the purple tokens in order to spawn the super berries.
You see how
But as you're doing this, there's ants from your colony, or ants from the colony, surrounding the arena that will constantly throw red berries into the arena, which will make you go back to the default berry, meaning you can't attack the boss. So you have to
Right.
go back and collect the super berry again. It's kind of well done. It's like, you know, if you're good, you can sit there and dodge the red berries.
Okay, Mole.
But otherwise, you just need to, like, just constantly collect the purple tokens, and it's pretty well done in my opinion.
This game would not make any progress at all if it weren't for those berries. Like, you'd be stuck on the first level the entire duration of the game because you can't really collect any berries.
Oh, that's gonna leave it. We should get that skin looked at. Oh, come on.
Okay. Wait for the spider to respawn. Kill it.
I'll show Hopper if
Alright, now I can climb on the big plant, grab the
I can use.
purple token, and we should be good now. What I'm going to do is something a little extra. Rather than just getting the super berry, I'm going to go grab that other purple token, which will let me spawn homing berries.
Oh yeah, I forgot those were a thing. We haven't seen them since, what, the training level?
Yeah, one of the really early levels. Because it's a lot of work to go after the extra tokens.
This I can use.
Alright.
Game, please.
It's not a big deal. Okay, so the music looped for so long that it went back to the save point music. Or save screen music, which is kind of weird. So now that I've got the homing berries, uh, I was just sitting there spamming the button, and then I ended up accidentally catching one of the red berries.
You should get that skin.
So now I need to go spawn the homing berries again.
Stand still. Nice one. Hey,
Oh, great.
It's not a big deal, because I don't have to grab the tokens again. I just have to go remove the plant and then respawn it.
Oh, at least there's that. At least they give you some kind of convenience.
Yeah. Like I said, this is really well done. It's clever, the way they do this. Because it's like the colony's trying to help, but they're actually hurting you.
Yeah.
Is that actually a musical glitch? I didn't know that. Because that's happened just about every time I played this game. And now we get to the level that I hate. It's another one of the progressive levels where you have to collect a bunch of tokens to be able to improve the things that you can do. This one you have to collect a lot of different tokens to be able to do a bunch of different things. You actually never get a berry upgrade in this one either, which means taking out the grasshoppers is a bit weird. This level was actually very complicated, and I had to look at Chaff's videos to figure this one out.
Pathetic ants may have scared off most of my gang, but I've got you.
Okay.
I need to grow a berry shooter. Hey, tuck and roll.
First thing is, these two little guys from the acting troupe let you grab 2 green tokens right away.
Well, at least they gave you that at the beginning.
Okay.
Doesn't look like it's... Oh, I was about to say it doesn't look like it was easy, though.
It's a bit weird because you have to hit both of the guys to be able to grab the token. So now what we need is one of the berry shooters, because that will let us take out the grasshopper that's right there, which will let us use the seed that he's carrying to spawn something else. I'm not sure if there's actually multiple ways of going about this level. I haven't found them. I'm just kind of going about the way that Chaff did it, so there's that. Grab that checkpoint right there.
Grow a berry shooter.
Alright, there's the 4th green token that I need.
Picking up grain.
Now, spawn the large leaf stalk here, and I grab the berry shooter token. And I come over here and spawn another one so I can get the blue token. What we actually need to do is to grab another one of the berry shooter tokens, because that spawns a shooter that fires out homing berries, which obviously is very useful. That's how we're going to defeat Hopper in this level. Alright, that grasshopper is down, and we can now use this seed. If I recall, we need a red token now. Oh, no, I know what it is. We need to come over here and get this blue token. I actually need to carry the seed over here, forgot about that. I forget some of the tiny little details of what needs to be done, but for the most part I can remember everything. Which is good because I didn't start practicing this game until like Wednesday.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing messages from you saying you were practicing.
Yeah. Over here, and we'll spawn the leaf stalk. So there's that. I can see the other blue token that I need in the background there, and I just fell off. So let me grab this and get hit by that grasshopper. I wasn't actually supposed to get hit by the grasshopper, by the way. In case you were wondering. I think it is a musical glitch because I'm getting different level music now. It's kinda weird. Anyway, spawn the super jump plant.
I can only imagine, like, on the final boss, you're in this thick battle, and it's quite drawn out, and it's been just bloody and everything, and all of a sudden the music changes, and you hear this cheery music playing in the background.
It's about how it goes, yeah. I can't reach this token. Oh, there it is. Alright. So now, what I need is... I think there's another seed to get. The ones that are planted down in the soil, I can't move. But I can come over here and grab the leaf stalk from earlier. Now I can use the seed. I need one more. I think it's back off to the left.
I swear the seeds look like pumpkins in this game for some reason.
I can kind of see that, yeah. Alright, spawn the berry shooter. And we can pick up the berry shooter to move it around, as you saw earlier. One more hit. And yay, now we can pick up the seed he was carrying. And now I need to take it back to the other side of the area where I was before.
Super Bugs Life Galaxy? What? I'd play that. That sounds like a very creative game, actually. Just on the basis of the name.
I actually didn't know that, Chaff. I usually try to avoid enemies while Flick is spinning. Because, it's really kind of difficult to control. For those that are watching this later on YouTube, Chaff said that while Flick is spinning, he can actually kill enemies. I'm not sure if that affects grasshoppers as well. The only way Flick ends up spinning, though, is by going up the fan, jumping on a fan like that. And he's spinning when he comes down. It's actually kind of annoying because, like I said, it's difficult to control. And the music is changed again.
Well,
I think it's actually doing that because this is the music that plays in one of the first levels where you're in the same area as we are right now, but obviously it's an entirely different mission. Okay, and so now that we've got both of the seeds over here, turn one into a fan, and launch the second up, and spawn the leaf stalk. Now we grab the gold token, which lets us spawn the homing berry shooter. Oh, apparently you can make Flick spin by running around in circles really fast. Chaff knows his shit, man.
Mighty knows his shit, son. Word. I just couldn't resist. Den, please.
So now we come over here to where Hopper is. And there's the homing berry shooter.
I think I've somehow managed to get the chat making puns now. The most recent pun, this game sure is buggy. Note that was not my pun this time, because if it was my pun, it would have been bad.
Alright, so we rescued Princess Ada. And I think there's 2 levels left.
It's the final countdown.
Dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And suddenly YouTube copyright claim
Yeah.
from us humming that.
Yeah. Another content ID match.
I hate this level. I hate this level. This level is awful.
I think Tom's gonna hate us after this playthrough's done. We've made him edit something for no reason, and now we've struck content ID matches on his videos. We're on a roll.
Come on!
This game is very buggy. 10 out of 10 would pun.
What have I done?
Yeah! Fly, Ada! Fly!
Everyone is out punning me, and I don't appreciate this. You guys are so punny.
The really stupid thing is the wasps, or bees, or whatever. Also think I'm getting music glitch again. The wasps take 4 red berries, I think, to kill. And, you know, obviously you have no way to possibly hit them with 4 red berries before you catch up to them.
Wow.
Yeah! Yeah! Come on, Ada! Back!
It's a lot of suddenly spawning enemies. It's a lot of the camera not helping. It's a lot of the controls not helping. There's just a lot of things wrong with this.
It seems like although there is credit in this game, where, like I said, credit is due, it's just
Whew.
so overshadowed by all the bullshit and stuff that I can definitely see how it would downplay the experience quite a bit.
I made it through that one.
Oh, yeah!
If I actually slowed down, then Hopper would hit me, and I don't think I can slow down anyway, no. But I made it through, and that's done. And now we get to the final boss.
Come on!
Final boss time.
No matter what happens, stay down!
Like, no, what are you doing?
Hopper!
This level's gonna take a while. It's a bit long. You can't really cheese this one until you get to the end. And by that I mean there's actual platforming to do.
That figures.
Yep. So first thing, you probably saw that super berry up there, and I need to grab that before I can do anything else. Well, I say before I do anything else as I go and do something else. I'm actually grabbing a blue token because once I grab 2 blue tokens, I can spawn a health plant, which will be very beneficial later. And there's 2 ways to go about this. If you grab that seed that was down there and carry it up this log, you can spawn a mushroom, which will let you bounce, and you can take the dandelion straight across to where the berry is. Getting the seed up the log is a bit weird and stupid to do, so I'm going to attempt to just jump across, which is, you know, almost as painful.
Yeah, that's a good point. Where is the boss?
He's actually around here, like around one of these turns, but I mean I can't do anything to him until I've got the super berry, so there's no point in going after him.
The boss is on a bathroom break.
Alright, let's see if we can't do it this way. Yep, alright. There's the berry picked up.
This I can do. Bye-bye, Bucky.
And nope, he's not here either. He's just around one of these corners. I think he's actually... I'm not actually sure where he is, to be honest. I get confused because all these places kind of look the same. Yep, here he is. Alright.
Little run. Little run. You're mine, and oh yeah.
Okay, so we did a bit of damage to him. It actually takes quite a number of hits to get some damage on him. And now he's moved on to the next area. What I am going to do is run back to the seed that I found. And see if I can't grab another blue token to be able to spawn a health plant. Alright, got the blue token. Now I just need to find the seed that I dropped. I'm pretty sure I dropped one down here. Yep, there it is. Thank you again, Chaff, for this strategy, I guess you could say.
The Shaft's doing a great job in helping you out in where to go and all that.
Yeah. Alright. Full health acquired. Let's move on to the next area. You go through a couple areas where you have to get tiny bits of damage on him, and then later on you just get to a point where you can spam him and win that way. So it starts off, you know, really complicated, kind of platforming boss and whatnot, and then it just reverts back to the regular boss strategy from before. Which is kind of nice, I guess. The problem I have is that at this point you need to do some kind of tough platforming, and he's constantly attacking you. So, I mean, you're trying to platform while he's attacking you. And the platforming itself is a bit difficult, just because of, you know, platforming controls, as I've said. You may notice Hopper's method of attack in this is actually throwing berries. And the same way that Flick does, the berries will kind of home in a bit. It's more like they lock on than I would say homing. Kind of fighting the platforming controls right now.
Oh, the controls are that stiff, huh?
No, they're actually very loose because when you jump up and land, you just kind of keep running forward a bit, and it's a bit awkward when that happens because then you run right off the edge of the platform.
Well, it's not often you see that. Because usually, if there's any control problems, it's usually because they're stiff or something, but not often is it because they're loose.
Not you! You are mindless, soil-sucking loser! You're mine, Ant!
At last we can see the boss, huh?
Yeah, well, we've seen him a couple times actually. And again, the trouble with the draw distance in that he kind of appears and disappears from view randomly as you keep going.
You're mine, Ant!
Oh,
What?
man.
I like how he just stood there and then just spontaneously fell off.
Really fighting the platforming controls. I'm glad I'm playing with an analog stick because this with a D-pad would be awful. When I was actually playing with the D-pad before, my hand was cramping because I was trying to do this.
I can only imagine how this would have played on a keyboard.
I never basically play any kind of emulated game on a keyboard unless it's maybe Pokemon. It's the only one I've ever done, really. Keep in mind that Tom, the first time he actually played Kingdom Hearts Recoded, he apparently used a keyboard. That doesn't sound fun at all.
Well, at least you used the alphabet. You spelled Flick's name again.
Well, no, actually I didn't. I just picked up one of them.
Oh. What? So they don't display the letters you actually pick up?
The ones that you have picked up are highlighted. The ones that
Oh,
you
okay.
haven't are darkened.
Oh, okay. So they start out yellow, but when you actually get that letter, that letter turns orange.
Yeah, kind of.
You are mindless,
Oh, okay.
soil-sucking loser! Hopper! I call you first!
Man, I hate this music.
Well, maybe the music will glitch for you and it'll change. You never know with this game.
If it hasn't changed yet, I don't think it will.
Oh, hi, boss.
Oh, apparently I hit him enough so that he moved to the next area. Like, I wasn't able to finish Sonic Unleashed Wii version until after I had seen Tom play through it on the stream. Not that I would recommend ever playing the Sonic Unleashed Wii version.
I actually played the Wii version first before I got the 360 version.
Personally, I don't really like the 360 version. I don't like the HD version as much. I agree it's better, but I just don't like it as much.
I think the number one thing I hate about Unleashed is the way they force the medals on you.
Yeah, that's not as big of a deal in the Wii version.
Yeah. Oh, now he moved to the next area.
Yep.
At least this time we actually got to see him do that.
Hopper! I call you first! Eat berry! Gotcha! Your mouth! Nice!
Okay.
This I can use.
While he's moving to the next area, even if you hit him with berries, he doesn't get hurt, which is a bit lame.
No logic in that at all either, but
What are you?
logic and this game don't really go hand in hand.
Alright. Alright, he's moving on to the next area, which means now we can grab the goldberry.
Yay!
I missed the goldberry.
Ooh! Bye, Goldberry. Bye, Goldberry. Oh, you were right there, too.
Yep. Got it that time. Alright. I don't know if you actually need to grab the Goldberry to do this, but it's just kind of a good idea. Because also it'll, you know, prevent the other grasshoppers from respawning, which is always a nice thing.
Better be safe than sorry.
Also, I think it does a bit more damage than the regular berries. It's too bad the Goldberry doesn't home in, though. That's really its only downside.
Hmm.
Little run, eat bear, come get some.
Almost done, folks. One last section here.
And then the game will be completed.
Couple more hits. And we are done, folks.
Mission accomplished. Universe will not implode now.
As a gruesome end to the game, Hopper dies by getting eaten by a bird. If you manage to collect all the grain, all the letters, and all the Goldberry kills in each level, the bonus cutscene that you get is Hopper in the movie scene where Hopper is actually fed to the young birds, the children birds. It's kind of creepy.
So basically, you beat the game, but you still die anyway.
Well, no, Hopper's the bad guy.
Oh, wait, you were playing as the bad guy the whole time?
No, we were playing as Flick.
I'm finished! Finally!
Oh my god, I don't even know. It's so familiar. This is Sonic the Shadow all over again, except they actually do look similar in this game.
What's in that eggnog you're drinking?
I don't know, but I think it might, it's funny because I finished the eggnog a while ago. So hey guys, have you, gotten used to me yet? Merry Christmas, here's Donnie.
And of course, now that Flick has rescued the ant colony, they all start using his inventions, and things are right with the world. And everyone's happy. Cue the cheesy inspirational music! Also, yeah, they're making fireworks out of corn stalks. Popcorn, essentially. That was a bad pun, you're supposed to laugh.
Ahoo-hee.
Thanks for watching, folks. We will let you enjoy the credits. And here's the credits music. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.
Ta-ta.